Our next guest is bullish on Twitter, saying the stock is his largest position, making up about 70% of his portfolio, along with some call options. In a recent post, he writes, Wall Street doesn't know it yet, but soon content creators will be paying sizable royalties to Twitter. He is the author of the Substack newsletter, The Bear Cave, and a good follow on Twitter, by the way, at StockJabber. Edwin Dorsey joins us now. Edwin, welcome to Tech Check. And I guess my first question to you is, how soon will creators be paying Twitter? I mean, the company first has to get people to use its tip features, and other platforms have been here far earlier.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on. So superfollows is in beta testing right now with some users. Esther Crawford, the head Twitter engineer, tweeted that they expect to roll it out very, very soon to everyone. So I think it's going to be a lot sooner than people think. Twitter's been clear that they plan to release things early and iterate. So I think the first version of superfollows won't have everything people expect, but I expect it to be sometime in the next month or two. We're going to see Twitter turn on superfollows for everyone and start earning a cut of that revenue.
So, Edwin, I have a broader question, though, about this idea of people spending money on Twitter. Everyone is so used to Twitter being in a free and open service. And yes, maybe you or even maybe I might be willing to pay a little bit because we are super users of Twitter. But how much of that audience, of the overall Twitter audience, do you think could actually be converted to pay? Is this still going to be a niche product?
Julia, it's tough to say at the start. One thing that Twitter has going in its favor is I think a lot of online creators who are on the platform today are going to push their followers to either super follow them on Twitter or buy paid products from them through Twitter. So I write an email newsletter. I know once super follows comes out, I'm not just going to have that as an option. I'm going to actively push my email subscribers to super follow me on Twitter. I think that's going to be a good thing, pushing monetization. Another thing to consider is Twitter right now has credit card info on no people, with Blue, with ticketed spaces, with super follows, with e-commerce. Once you get the credit card info from a user for one thing, it becomes a lot easier to sell them on another because they can super follow with one click. They can pay with one click. That's another thing that's going to be going in Twitter's advantage in the long run.
Right, but it's going to get those credit card numbers into the system. Edwin, thanks so much for being with us. We'll talk to you again soon.